everybody, Noreen from Organized and Creative Mom here. It is Thursday, December 12th, less than 2 weeks now till Christmas time. So it's time to get all of those last minute sort of things ready. So let's get into what we're doing here. I'm going to switch you over. These are the two little things that we're making tonight. So first of all, we've got a card that looks like a little mug. Isn't that cute? And this is a great little kind of pocket that you can add. I've got some hot chocolate and candy canes in here, and these are the little kind of gifts that are going to school with Sam. So I'm going to be making a bunch of those. And then this is just a little candy cane tag, and it's going to be kind of an extra little finishing touch on some presents. This would be really cute on a wine bottle, you know, a gift that you might be giving somebody. And they're really easy. And the great thing about these is you can use just scraps. I'm really down my last few pieces of Merry Little Christmas paper. I've got a little bit of plaid paper still. So I'm definitely going to try and use them up by finishing up all of these little things. Okay, so let's start with the tag and let me show you what you're going to need. So for this little candy cane tag, it's pretty straightforward. You can probably, you know, adjust and figure out the dimensions just by looking at it there. But really all you need is a piece of 2.5 inch by 6 inch cardstock, and then a piece of 2 inch by 6 inch paper, pattern paper. We're going to use the 3-in-1 scallop tag maker, the corner rounder, which is kind of optional. You'll need a little X-Acto knife for this. And then the extras would be the embellishments, punched shapes. If you're going to make a bunch of these, like if this was going to be for a little class, you know, project that you're going to hand out to your kids' classmates or some colleagues at work, you know, it's hard to have embellishments for all of those. So you might want to just add punched shapes, ribbon or twine, a pen for writing, and of course a little candy cane. Okay, so let me show you how easy these are to put together. So I've got the wider piece of paper, 2.5 inches by 6 inches with my cardstock, and that's just to give it a little bit of stability, and then 2 inches by 6 inches for the pattern paper. I got the 3-in-1 scalloped here, and you remember I showed you this a couple weeks ago. It's got these sort of channels that you just slide your paper after it's been cut into it. So I'm going to put in my 2-inch piece, and then my 2.5 inch piece, and punch. One punch and you've got your little tag done. So we just need to add a little bit of adhesive. So that's really it. We're going to take our little X-Acto knife here, and we're just going to do 2 little slices right through. Maybe see it better on the back there. 2 little slices on the diagonal, about 1 inch long, and you can just eyeball this up here. Make a couple of little cuts. The hardest part about this is actually just feeding your candy cane through. Okay, so that's really as quick and easy as it is. I've added just a little piece of ribbon at the top and then tied it with some more silver twine. So that's a really quick thing. And then you might want to write on the back, because of course you're going to have the cardstock on the back. So I've just written the to and from and a little Christmas wish. If you have some stamps like we talked about a while back, you know, a generic sort of Christmas stamp, you might want to just use that. And then, you know, a little sticker, a little die cut embellishment. You can use foam squares or not. It's totally up to you. And as I mentioned, if you have to make a bunch of them, you might just want to use a punched shape. And I just like the look of a rounded corner at the bottom, because it just kind of echoes the rounded shape at the top. Okay, isn't that cute? I really like that. I think it's a really sweet little way to add just a little extra something, and it's a really pretty sort of topper or finishing touch for a package. Okay, so that's the tag. That's how easy it is. Let's look at the little mug card. So for the mug card, you do need a couple extra bits and pieces, but nothing too crazy. And you can put hot chocolate in these, tea packages, cider packages, you know, anything like that. It would be really cute with, you know, some hot chocolate and then a gift card to a coffee place, or, you know, anything like that. Whatever kind of little treats you want to put in there, some chocolates, etc. The only thing is you want it to be a little bit flat. Okay, so we're going to start off with a piece of 5.5 by 8.5 inch cardstock, standard card size. You score it and fold it in half, and that makes your card. Then we need another little small piece of the same color of cardstock to make our handle, and I'll show you how we're going to do that in a moment. A little piece, sort of a layer, a decorative layer, so just slightly smaller than the card. A strip of white cardstock, and that's going to be this kind of the foamy, you know, frothy, whipped cream sort of layer of our card. And then we also need a 1-inch piece. The length isn't so much of an issue. You can kind of trim it, but you might want to start with about a 4-inch piece, and that's going to be for the little extra tag that we're going to add. So then in terms of our tools, we're going to need the rectangular CCS system, custom cutting system, and we're going to use the red blade. If you don't have that, you can certainly use an oval blade, or an oval template, or a circular template, or you can draw it free-handed, and I'll show you that in a minute. We're going to use the 3-in-1 scallop tag maker again, the corner rounder, embellishments, ribbon, twine, and our dual tip pen. So basically this is the same size as a regular card. So I've got 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. I'm just going to score and fold that. So we score it at 4.25, 4.25. Got my scoring blade in there. Okay. And so that just makes a regular card. I'm going to round my corners before I forget, because I sort of forgot on my tag. And I'm also going to round the bottom corners of my decorative layer. Okay. Now you can make this either way you like. So this one is made with the handle of the mug on this side. Why don't we make the other one with the handle on this side? And maybe we could make it with the opposite side, just for a change. Okay, so for this, I'm just going to use my regular adhesive and add that as my layer, okay? For my foam, you could definitely pull out one of your border punches, you know, something like the lace trim border punch or something like that. Maybe the dazzle border punch might work nicely. But basically I'm just going to kind of freehand, sort of like we did the snow the other day. And I'm just going to, you know, kind of do a little wavy line here. And that's going to be the kind of frothy topping of my coffee or my hot chocolate, kind of slopping over the edge of the mug. Okay, I'm just going to do this. And if you've drawn it out with a pencil line, you can just flip it over. So for this, I can just add my regular adhesive as well. Okay, so there we go. Now see, that doesn't look as cute because this particular pattern has a lot of white, so it doesn't have as much contrast as something like that. Okay, but we'll go with it. Okay, let's make the little handle. And I mentioned that we're going to use the custom cutting system rectangle. Okay, so all we're going to do, this is a piece about 3 inches by 4 inches. Just use a scrap piece. It doesn't have to be that exact, but we're just going to place it off the edge of our little scrap piece and take our red blade, and we're going to cut the outside and the inside to make our little handle. Okay. So now we have this cute little sort of handle shape. Now, if you didn't have the rectangular CCS templates, as I said, you could use a circle, or you could just, again, kind of draw that little shape out. Not a big deal, and it's certainly not a difficult shape to make, but the custom cutting system does do a nice job of, you know, making a nice even shape. Okay, so that's the smallest rectangle and the red blade. So now we're going to adhere this all together. Now this is where I kind of refuse to use up a bunch of my fantastic adhesive. So I'm going to use this Power Crafting tape, and it's just a two-sided tape, and I'm going to get it as close to the edge as I can. You just rip off a strip. I think I got this at the dollar store. You can get them at Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, you know, any craft store. So just pull off the top there. So now I'm just going to lay this kind of where I want it. Just kind of eyeball it up there. Stick it down. And then I'll add another piece of the craft tape over top so that it really holds tight. Okay, so now as I fold that over, my card becomes a little mug pocket. Isn't that cute? I really like that. I did see this on Pinterest and then just adapted it in terms of the size and, you know, the tools that we use, that kind of thing. So then to finish it off, of course, you can put your candy cane, your little treat, you know, your package of apple cider or hot chocolate or coffee in there. And then to finish it off, I also wanted to add a little tag. So this is the 1-inch piece. It's just going to slide in that channel. Okay, punch. And then I'm going to attach that with my silver cord. There's the silver cord. Okay, I just attached it there. And again, one little embellishment is super cute on there. And then you can write your you know, your to and from on the back. Okay, so I hope that you like those. I think they're really cute. You know, they're an extra step from making just a plain card, but it's kind of a card and a gift in one. And I think that would be great for, as I mentioned, you know, classmates of your kids. It would be a lovely little thing, especially if you put a grown-up beverage in there, you know, some coffee or whatever your co-workers, your friends, your neighbors, your girlfriends like. And, you know, I think when you present it that way, it becomes a really cute gift and card in one. Oh, and I forgot to mention, of course, you can still write your message on the very back. Okay, so I would do that obviously before, you know, you put your package in there. Have fun making our cute little tags and cards, and I will see you next week. Okay, take care everybody. Bye bye for now.